Hello, everyone. Welcome. Look who I have with me today. I am so excited to have you here, ALISSA.
Well, I think I'm excited to be.
Understandable. All right, friends. Well, it's great to be with you today. Thank you for choosing to be with us today. And we want to officially welcome you to 3 Themes at 3, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Welcome back to 3 Themes at 3. Oh my goodness, it is cold outside. Can I just say that we had the most beautiful snowfall this morning, and it's definitely in the mountains, kind of, you know, warming up down below, but we are here for it. We love it. It gets us in the mood for all things holidays, and this week we are talking about getting ready for that Thanksgiving pie. So who better to help us out today than ALISSA? Miss ALISSA, and I've got Allison here too. ALISSA, how's it going?
Well, good so far.
Good so far.
Ready for Pie Week.
Yes, look at her shirt. Is that the best? Oh my goodness, you want a piece of me?
Yeah. I think everyone gets a little piece of you every single day, ALISSA.
Yes,
you
they do.
share so much with our customer service.
Yes.
Oh, you're so nice.
So many people who are watching are typing in the comments that what a wonderful person you are, what a wonderful friend you are. And it's the truth. We are so lucky to have
Right.
ALISSA here at my girlfriend's quilt shop. And she's, you know, behind the scenes so often, right? She's the one who's behind customer service, her and Bryn. And this week we got to do something a little bit different with her. So I'm excited that she's joined us. But first, before we get started, how was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard you had a visitor.
Well, I had my little granddaughter, Juniper,
Yes.
came up,
Uh-huh.
and she tried some pumpkin pie.
Oh, and?
She definitely likes the whipped cream the best.
Of course.
I think a lot of people relate to that.
Absolutely.
She
Yes.
licked the whipped cream bowl clean.
Uh-huh.
And
that's so
she's 2 and a half, just darling. So,
Oh, how
And her
fun.
mom came too?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope, Chris.
I-
Because
Yeah.
if she came by
Well,
herself.
I just, you know, did she just
She
drop
is
her
pretty
off,
smart,
or-
but she isn't driving yet.
Well, how fun is that? And so you got to introduce her mom to something.
Yeah,
was
so I taught her with my limited knowledge of punch needle how to do punch needle.
Yes. Oh my
And that
goodness.
was fun, and I think she liked it. She sent
Did
me a
she enjoy
picture
it?
of the completed project today,
She completed
and it looked fabulous.
She completed it with a 2.5-year-old. Now, what that says to
Wow.
me is that punch needle is on the go.
Well,
2.5-year-old and pregnant, so
look at
she got it
this.
done.
Hey, there you go. In my little bag here,
I spy in your little
I
bag.
spy. I did 2 of them this weekend.
Wow.
At start to finish. And you guys, I had so
they're
much
so pretty.
fun.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I said it's kind of addictive, and I was telling Kim how much I loved it, and she said, "Are you working on the next one?" I said, "I want to so badly," and it's everything in me to say, Chris, you can do it next week after you get your chores done.
But did you watch a good show on TV?
Yes, I did.
All
so this,
right.
you know, this was so much fun. I am having a blast. Have any of you started your punch needle yet? If you haven't, boy, you got to get on it because.
And ALISSA,
will
you
get it
started
done.
yours, or did you just teach?
Well, I started it a little, and then I gave it to my daughter-in-law, Acacia, because I thought she's going to take this and run with it.
And
That's
she
awesome.
did.
But now I have to buy myself another one.
Well, you know, there you go. I know where you can. I know who you can call, and I know where you can get one to place an order.
That's right, exactly.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Exactly. So if punch and needle is something on your list, you can definitely check out all of them out at mygirlfriendsquillshop.com. All right. Well, this week we have a new theme, new week, new theme.
Yep.
And it's all about the pies. So we are taking some project inspo from Thanksgiving pies. Why not? And I don't know how many of you knew this, but ALISSA is an incredible pie baker. It's something I've actually known for many, many years about ALISSA. And so Allison and I thought, you know what? I think we need to take a little trip.
Well, nobody says food without me saying, okay, I'm in.
Exactly.
I mean, you know. So yeah, we joined ALISSA at her house for
Yes.
some fun pie lessons.
Oh my goodness, I loved it. So every day this week during theme number 1, you're going to have a chance to take a look at ALISSA's tips. And so let's go ahead and start
wait.
with the first part of the series of pie baking with ALISSA. For those of you who may know ALISSA on one side of things with, customer service here at My Girlfriend's Cool Shop, there's a whole nother side of her that you may not be familiar with, and that is her pie making skills. And so Pie Week, we might as well learn a few tips from you.
Right.
All right.
And I can't
That'll be
wait
fun.
because her pies, they're a thing of beauty, really.
Yes,
I
they
mean,
are.
they just absolutely are gorgeous and
Yeah.
perfect every time.
Oh man, I hope we don't goof it up today.
So ALISSA's going to take us through her steps for making the perfect pie crust, and then afterwards she's going to share with us her favorite pumpkin pie recipe. Okay, ALISSA, so one of the things that scares me the most about making my own pies is the crust.
I know it's intimidating.
It is.
It's easy as pie, but people get scared.
Right.
But there's a few just things you got to remember
Okay.
that aren't bad.
All
That,
right.
like if you remember these things, you'll be great.
Okay.
So, and
Well, one of the things you told me right from the very beginning was that we needed some ice water. And that was like the most
it's
important thing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The reason pie crust has flaky layers,
Sure.
is because you create little balls of fat, basically.
With butter.
Well, I use shortening. You can
Okay.
use butter, shortening, whatever.
Okay.
And everybody has their own favorite way they like to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to show you with my favorite shortening.
Okay.
But basically, you have fat. You're going to make little balls of fat
Okay.
coated with flour. And then you're going to roll that out.
Okay.
And it's going to make little fat layers. Right?
Okay.
And then when you bake it and the fat melts and steam, it makes flaky
Flakes.
layers.
Okay.
So,
Flaky layers.
Flaky
That's what we're
layers.
all about today, folks.
and cold ingredients really helps. So ice water, and I use cold shortening.
Okay.
And I actually have a favorite shortening because it's got a more stiff consistency. It's Crisco.
Okay.
Some of the other shortenings are a little softer consistency. So I like the stiffer Crisco,
Okay.
and I keep it in the fridge.
Okay. So nothing should be at room temperature, is what you're saying.
Well, your flour can.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
But you want cold water, and you want cold fat.
Okay.
You can do half shortening, half butter. You can do all butter. Butter tends to melt a little faster when you work with it. So it's not really my favorite. Shortening
Works
tastes
pretty
great.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the first thing we need to do?
Well, first thing is preheat the oven.
Okay.
Because you're going to want to put it in the oven so it's not sitting there gradually getting hot. So I'm going to just turn it on.
Okay. So we have the oven preheating
Have
right
the
now.
oven preheated.
Okay.
And then I've got ice in my
Oh,
girlfriend's mug.
there we go. Love those.
And some cold water.
All
Ice
right.
cubes in there.
Okay.
So I like to do mine roll my pie crust out on cloth.
Wow.
And
I would have never thought of that.
people do pastry sheets that are silicone, all kinds of different things on the counter. And so I've just used like a flour side dish towel. It's great because
Okay.
you put flour on and it'll kind of absorb the flour so your pastry doesn't absorb a lot of extra flour because it's in the cloth, but it's kind of
interesting.
nonstick. And I have a fun one here. If you want to know a Christmas gift a child can make,
Yeah.
because this is one my granddaughter made for me. Violet was, I think, about 9 when she made this for me. Tie-dyed pie cloth. We call it a pie
Okay,
cloth.
that's pretty cool.
So I love using my pie cloth Violet made me.
Shout out to Violet. I love this.
And she did a great job.
Yes, she
So
did.
I just always get that out first.
Okay.
My bowl, if you want to hand me that.
All right. Yep.
So, and then I have my pastry blender.
All right. I know what
And
that is.
this is, yeah. Now, if you don't have one,
You got to get one.
you should get one.
You
They're
really
not
should.
expensive. You can just use a couple knives. When I was first married and we were super poor, that's what I'd do, just like cut it with knives. It's a pain.
Same.
This is much easier. And it doesn't have to cost very much. So
Right.
if you make biscuits, use it for that too.
Okay.
Anyway, it's great.
All right.
I'll
What
need
else do we
mine.
have here?
Spoon, fork,
Okay.
knife. We'll just have them all ready.
Scalpel. All right.
I'm not going to
here
use
we go.
this yet.
No?
That's for the filling.
Okay. Measuring spoons.
I'll need a measuring spoon and salt. Any brand will do you.
All right.
And of course, my Crisco.
Oh, yes.
This is a great vintage canister.
Absolutely.
I was
Yep.
pretty excited when I went to the Tupperware party and got that. So
Definitely.
I'm going to do my flour. And we're going to share a recipe for everything.
Oh, good.
And it's not super, I mean, we're going to work some things in. I don't have to do like,
Do you have this
super
all
accurate.
memorized now?
well, yeah. I've made a few million pie crusts. I used to make pie for my whole extended family's Thanksgiving. I'd make like a dozen pies. So and that was for a lot of years. So
Yeah.
I've done a few. And then half teaspoon of salt in here. The salt's not a ton of salt, but you don't want it all bland. So yes, you want it.
Okay.
I do want to just kind of stir those together, Chris.
Sure. How do you want me to stir them?
Just use the spoon. And then we're going to put our shortening in.
All right.
And we're
How much
just,
shortening are we looking
it's
at?
just a half cup. We're just doing a single crust pie crust.
Okay.
We can talk about some tips for double crust and other stuff later, but it's just a half cup.
Okay. So when you say double crust, are you meaning one underneath and then one along the
Yeah,
top?
like you would do for a fruit
Like a
pie.
lattice or, okay.
We're doing pumpkin today, so it's going to be just a single crust.
Okay. Ooh, do I get to cut in the shortening?
I'll let you.
Ooh, it's my favorite thing to do.
Okay. So Chris loves cutting in the shortening.
Yes, I do.
So we're going to
Although I
let you
have
do
to
that.
say it's usually butter, but I'm going to get on the shortening train here for sure.
But the thing is, you want good shortening.
Yeah.
And this is not a sponsor, but Crisco is the best for this.
There we go. Not
So you want to
stirring.
be kind of chopping up and down.
Okay. And we're trying to get it to be like a bead-like consistency.
Yeah, so you're going to have lots of tiny little balls of shortening. That's looking pretty good.
Nice.
So let's make sure we got it all off of here. So I have a pretty,
Yeah,
if you can see, kind of just crumbly consistency like that.
definitely.
So that looks good. Good job, Chris.
Wow, that's just the beginning.
I know. It's going to take a lot longer this week than it did when we were at your house.
Exactly. So let's see. You know, I got a chance to do the crust with you, which is the part that I dread the most. I've never been able to be really good at fluting my edges and, all that stuff. But Alyssa's got some really good tips for that we'll share tomorrow. And then Allison got to make the pumpkin part of that pie.
Yes.
And so you'll see that later
and there
this
were
week as
some
well.
great hints that she shared with us that I cannot wait to wow my whole family with this for this Thanksgiving.
I know. It made me feel like it was very doable.
Yes.
You did
Very
great.
doable.
You did great.
Well, I had a great teacher standing right there. No, so all right. Well, I'm excited to be able to take everyone on this journey with ALISSA and us this week. And, one of the things that I noticed in the comments is so many of you, I think the pie is a symbol, if you will, of, love and comfort and all the things that people associate with pie. It takes them back to their mothers and grandmothers. I mean, do you think that's the case, ALISSA, for you?
I think so, yeah. The
Yeah.
reason I got into it was my grandma was a great pie baker.
Ah.
And my grandkids kind of expect it. When I visit in California, they're always like, expect me to make a pie. while they're-
Any time of year?
Whenever I'm there.
Wow.
Anytime.
That's awesome.
You know,
I love that.
I know, and not to give too much away, but the whipped cream that we had was homemade. And I
so
I
good.
remember telling you, I have not had homemade whipped cream since being at my grandmother's house for Thanksgiving. And that has been at least 30 years ago.
Wow.
And
Goodness.
so, yeah.
It was
Wow.
time, Allison.
Yes,
It was time. All right. Well, friends, I'm so excited for this week. Definitely tell us about your experiences in the comments when it comes to pies. Are you the baker? Is someone else the baker, the designated baker? I saw someone earlier say, I'm a much better pie taster than I am a baker.
Right.
And I would agree with that as well. But I think we're in for a lot of fun. So anyway, that ends us for theme number 1. Now we're going to head over to theme 2. In fact, Allison, I'm going to need your expertise at the iron today. Do you think you could do that?
The best day ever.
That's right. So ALISSA and I are going to head over to the sewing machine, and we've taken a little inspiration from pumpkin pie for today's project. We'll be back right after this.
Black Friday is way more fun in your PJs with the girlfriends. Skip the craziness everywhere else and shop from your home at a reasonable time of day. On November 29th, My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop will host their annual Black Friday live sale spectacular. We'll have machines, kits, fabrics, notions, and so much more with the best prices of the year. So be sure to download our app using the link below. Sign in and shop on Facebook using your phone or tablet during our live auction-style sale that makes shopping fun, not frustrating. Also, tune into Facebook and YouTube at 6 p.m. on Thursday the 7th, 14th, and 21st of November to learn about sergers, sewing and embroidery, and long arm machines on our show we call Swig, or Show and Sell with the Girlfriends. We'll take an hour to walk you through some of the features of our most popular machines. You can ask questions in real time, so Santa knows just the right one to bring home this year. Discover the girlfriend difference and find out why you belong here.
All right, welcome back to 3 at 3. We're now moving on to theme number 2. I'm Kris, this is ALISSA and Allison, and today we're here to talk to you about a fun project that was inspired by pumpkin pie. But before we get started, we need to have a moment of silence for ALISSA's earrings. We didn't even talk about your earrings earlier, but they're amazing.
They're
We got
pretty
some
good.
pies going on there. That is so cute, ALISSA. Look at those. Check
They
those
even got a little
out.
sparkle, because I believe in sparkle.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Got to have the sparkle. Oh, my goodness, so cute. All right, are you ready to get started? So, I love a good banner, right? And I already made a banner for Thanksgiving. But then I said, but now I need a pie banner because a pie banner is too cute. And I was so inspired by being in ALISSA's home. She had lots of different pie themes. So I decided, you know what? she needs a pie banner too. So
I do.
let's go
I don't
ahead
have that.
and take a look at what this looks like. This one is a little bit different than the banners that I have done in the past. So it's kind of fun, and I'm going to take you step by step on how this is done. So, all right. Whoop, whoop,
Okay.
whoop. There we go. All right. So let's take an up close look at this. Now this is done on the sewing machine as well as the embroidery machine. So we have something for everyone.
Yes.
And we love that, don't we? All right, so this one that you see here is on the embroidery machine, but we're going to show you today how to do it with the sewing machine. You'll also notice, if you take a up close look at this, that pumpkin pie has a little something extra special on top. Do you see that? This is too fun. And it is your dollop of heavy whipping cream. There's your dollop for you, Allison. And
That's no dollop. That's just a little taste.
I don't
just
know.
the
Can we
sampler.
get a closer look on that real quick? Because we got to see the texture in there. All right, there we go. All right, so this is actually done and made with a household item. And be sure to stick around for theme number 3 because I'll show you exactly how that's done. All right, so are you ready to get started, ALISSA?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so again, this is for the sewing and embroidery machine, but in today's tutorial, we're going over the sewing version. So I've got my little caterpillar here. I'm going to turn that on. Let me get the lowest setting there. All right. And the first thing you're going to do, by the way, here's the pattern, and it's found free in the club. Woo woo. All right, so let's take a look at my instructions here. This one right here. All right, so we have the pie divided up into 3 different layers, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of Heat and Bond Light and simply trace it. Have you done appliques like this before, ALISSA?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't have a caterpillar yet, though.
Christmas is around the corner.
Oh,
There you go. So we've drawn that on, and then you're going to take that piece and fuse it onto the back and then cut it out. But I've already done that here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And you can see right here that I've got the crust, the pie, and the lower layer of the pie. And I'm going to use felt to help me out with this. And I'm also using Kimberbell's shape form, which I love this. In fact, I knew I needed something a little bit heavier, a little bit more stiff for this banner because of the whipped cream on top. And so I chose to do the shape form, and I kind of wish I would have done all my banners with that because it really, I love how it turned out. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to take this piece of felt, and I'm just going to remove the little paper side, and you'll notice there's a little shiny side there. That means that the fusible is on. All right. I also have drawn these with a little bit of overlap. It's included on the pattern, so don't worry about having to remember that. But we're going to put layers 1, 2, and 3 in that order. All right. Okay, so layer 1 is the bottom. Layer 2, I'm going to slightly overlap with the top of the pie. And layer 3 is going to be the crust. All right, Allison, are you ready to show off your mad ironing skills here?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, the thing to remember when you fuse this on is that you're going to want a piece of, a pressing cloth or a piece of fabric to go over top, because the iron could actually ruin your felt, and we don't want that. So I'm going to hand this off to ALISSA, and Lisa's going to hand it off to Allison, kind of like passing the pie around the Thanksgiving table, right?
Right. Okay. So we have these all in the right order, because I would hate to have.
There
Okay.
you go. All right.
And we're going
All
to
right.
count to 7 quietly in our mind.
Andrew is asking, would you use the shape form on the letters too, or just the pie? Yes, I would do it on the letters as well. Now, not on the applique shapes, but actually on the square banners, absolutely.
Okay, so somebody, myself, I'm sure, forgot to turn on the iron, so give me 30 seconds.
Oh, shoot.
That never
to heat
happens
up.
to anyone.
No,
No.
never. All right, while that's heating up, what other questions do you have? Let us know. Let's see. Yes, someone asked, this banner also has the embroidery, correct? Yes, absolutely. We have both sewing and machine embroidery. All right, how's it looking, Allison?
Well, we're just trying to get it warm enough.
Okay. So, Elisa, do a lot of people get you pie kinds of things, knowing how much you
All
love
right,
pie?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I've had pie gifts before.
Yeah,
You saw some of the things around my house.
they're so cute, so cute. All right, let's go back to the table now that this has been ironed on. Nice job, Allison. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second piece of felt. I'm going to place my shape form over top, and I'm going to take this top piece and put it over that. And then at this point, Elisa, I'm going to have you just take it to the sewing machine, and you're going to stitch all these little pieces on. Now, you could do a blanket stitch, you could do a straight stitch. So I think for today's demo, let's just go ahead and do a straight stitch, all right? And you're going to do this through all 3 layers. All right.
No pressure. People watching, sewing.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, you could do it with matching threads, to match your fabrics.
I'm not sure how far I want to be.
Oh, we want to wake up the machine. There we go.
Wake up, machine. Need to tell it to sew.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Okay.
I think you're ready. Now, Lisa, this is the machine you have at home,
This
right?
is a machine I have at home
Yeah.
that Santa got me a couple of years ago.
Has it been a couple years?
Yeah, but it took me almost a whole year before I dared do anything.
Oh, boy.
It was when there was we had a Mike John event come.
Uh-huh.
So I got it for Christmas, and the next October I went to the Mike John event, and then okay, this is super slow.
Go ahead and
I'm a little
give us
scared,
some
but I think I can
gas.
go faster than that.
William said that candle wicking stitches would look pretty. Yes, that's
yeah.
a great idea. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm already stressed about not doing great on this, so
No,
we're not
you
trying anything
are
fancy.
Fine.
We're not being fancy on camera, William.
Please do not worry. Let's see, what other questions? Sherry is asking, what is the fabric for the pie? That fabric I had in my stash, but I do know who it's from, and it's the Whole Country Caboodle with Henry Glass. She has all the different colors in all those plaids. I absolutely love that fabric. And when I saw it, I said, oh, that is the perfect fabric for this project, for sure. You're doing a great job, my friend.
Well, we're not going to worry about if it's exactly the same, right, on each thing.
Nah. So another thing you could do, we put them all together at the same time, but if you felt more comfortable just doing your applique stitches with one piece of felt, you could do that, and then add the straight stitches at the very end with like a monofilament thread. If you didn't want it to show, you could do all kinds of different ways of getting the same result.
Yeah, I think if I was doing blanket stitch, I might do each piece separately.
Would you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because I don't like to try to join, where they are.
Yeah. All right, some of you are asking about fabric kits, but on this one, we don't have a fabric kit this time. The reason being, we figured if you want to get started, use your scraps, because I don't know if you could have it, get it in time for Thanksgiving this year. So there's no fabric kit, but the pattern is available. All right,
It's
so we're
such
just
a
going
cute
around.
pattern.
Yeah, it's just kind of fun and a little bit different now that, it has the pie slice. And those who have done the banners before with me, I've always had a different shape of banner flag, but this one is completely different. So
No judgment on these curves, by the way.
no judgment at all.
I'm just
All right.
not.
Yeah, that's right. William said looks doesn't affect the taste of the pie. Ugly pie still tastes great. I would
Yeah,
totally
if it's
agree with
ugly,
that.
just eat it faster.
What's your favorite kind of pie to bake, Elisa?
To bake. Well, I really do like doing the pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's kind of family tradition. My youngest son was born at Thanksgiving time, and by the time he was a tween, he requested pumpkin pie for his birthday.
Oh.
No cake, he wanted pumpkin pie, so that's been really kind of a thing. And so
And you did a great
It's
job.
not great.
Yes, you did. Are you kidding me? Now, one thing I know about you, and I'm sure, this is something that's very near and dear to you, is that Ryan is no longer with us, but every year on his birthday, what do you do?
This will be our fourth birthday without him this year. And we have celebrated his birthday by having friends and family come over and have pie.
I love that.
And talk about him and remember. It's been really healing and nice
I-
to be able to do.
That's wonderful. I love that you do that every year. I think it's something that definitely brings your family together. All right. So you can see here, I am just cutting through all the layers. And that's how easy it is. Can you believe it? That wasn't so bad, right? You have the front, you have the back. What do you think, Elisa?
It's pretty good. If I wasn't under so much pressure, it might look better.
I think it looks fantastic. I think you did a great job,
That is
honestly.
a cute pie slice.
And it was so easy to do, for sure. So that's all there is to it. How simple. Are there any questions that you might have? So we do have machine embroidery, like I said, and the only difference on the embroidery part is that for the crust, I actually put flexi foam underneath the fabric, so it gives a little bit of a poof. So, but with the sewing, it wasn't that easy to do it that way. But on the embroidery, there's a little poof on the crust. So, all right. Marion says, cute. It looks great. Patty's sharing that her favorite pie is lemon meringue pie. Have you done a lemon meringue?
I haven't really because my husband doesn't love it, but it's one that my grandma always made.
Really? Oh my goodness, I love that. Too fun. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Stick around for theme number 3 because coming up next, I'm going to show you how you make the faux whipped cream on the top.
We are doing chenille pumpkins.
I took 4 fat quarters and cut them in half.
4 different fat quarters,
Yes.
right?
On this one, I switched the colors up so you can really see the different sections. When you're doing chenille, you want to do it on diagonal. So when you go to brush it, you don't lose all of your threads.
So I'm going to just stitch right on Debbie's line. Then what I'm going to do is where I stitched, I'm going to put that right there on the side of my pressure set.
We're sewing 4 layers together on the diagonal.
Next, you're going to actually cut these down those channels. This is a slash cutter. Make sure that you don't catch your very bottom layer. You're going to do right sides together.
This is the best part. You can just get that chenille.
Cut out 2 leaves and 2 stems.
And I cannot wait. These are so cute.
All righty, welcome back.
It's my best day. I got to iron,
Yes.
and now we're talking about, now I know, Kris, when you brought these in, everyone that has stopped by your desk and picked these banners up have been like, how did you do that? How did you make these? I mean, I am just so excited to see this. I want to know how your brain works,
How does
sister.
my brain work? I will tell you how this worked for me. The inspiration was, have you ever seen like cupcakes, like faux cupcakes, where they have epoxy on them, and so it's like shimmery. Have you seen them like
Yes.
in different boutiques and stuff? That was my inspiration. And I said, you know, if you can do that with a cupcake, you could surely do it with whipped cream, right?
Right, absolutely.
And so that's where it comes from.
The only bad part about this is I really just want to eat it.
Exactly, for
I dare you, Allison.
Yeah, I dare you. No, definitely you don't want to do this one.
One time I sent a to Survivor, an audition tape into Survivor, because my husband dared me. He's like, you'll never make it past the first clip. I did! I made it past the first clip, so don't dare me. I'll be
Okay,
chewing.
we are definitely not going to dare her
we're
on
not
this
going
one
to.
because
That's
this
too
would
dangerous.
be a little dangerous. But this is a household item that many of you probably are familiar with. Fast and Final is what it's called. Let's take a look right down here. You can see it up close. Maybe take a screenshot of that, but it's also listed in the pattern.
Now, I know she says this is a household item. Do you have this at your house, ALISSA?
Well, I don't deal with those things, so I don't know.
I don't have
That's
that
my
at my
husband.
house.
I don't
So
know.
I would guess you get that at Home Depot.
Have you never had a hole in your wall?
That's what toothpaste is for. Little trick I learned in
Okay,
college.
well, there you go. Yeah, I'm sure.
I have somebody else to do those things.
There you go. But it's just lightweight spackling, and lightweight is the one that you want to get. You want to make sure it's also white. We had some other spackling that was a light gray, and I was like, ooh, a light gray whipped cream doesn't look as
that
good.
doesn't seem fresh.
Okay, my friend. Now I get to teach you how to do something. And
okay.
you're going to make whipped cream. Just go ahead and stir that.
Just like this.
And let's stir it right over here so the camera can see.
Smells interesting. Not sure if it's good or bad.
Let's put it
Definitely
right
doesn't
over here.
smell
and then
like
we'll
whipped
see that
cream.
a little bit better.
Okay, so
All right.
whip that baby up.
So you definitely want to
It does get
spoon
fluffy
it
while
around
you're
so it
doing
gets
it.
fluffy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you don't, then it's just
Yeah,
kind
really?
of stiff.
That's
right?
interesting. It does fluff
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. Okay, now, do you have a star-shaped tip?
I
Like
do have a
piping
star-shaped
tip?
tip. Yep.
Okay, this is what you're going to use. And then obviously you don't want to use like a piping bag that you would use.
Yeah, you're not getting
Yeah,
that
the
piping
disposable
bag.
ones.
You
Yeah.
would use a disposable one. I used a Ziploc bag.
Perfect.
I mean, that works, right?
Right.
So let's go ahead and just spoon some of that in there. So
I feel like
again, if you
singing,
have a
do a
disposable
dollop
one,
and daisy.
exactly. Okay, that works. All right, so now I'm going to just come right up here. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is spackling. This is not real whipped cream. And Allison, do you want to do the honors?
Yes. How did you know?
Okay, although you're going to have to scooch on over here so that
right,
the camera
okay.
can get you.
Can I
But
lean?
you're going to twist this and then go ahead and place it on
Yeah.
top.
No?
Right
there you
here.
go for the camera.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Do it with both hands.
What if I can't do it on camera?
No
That's
pressure.
how I felt about the sewing.
Oh my heck!
Look,
Look, it's
you
cute.
did it.
It's so cute.
But it needs a little bit more. Come on. There we go.
Who's in charge of that?
I mean, I
guess I
want
should have.
more
I guess I
whipped
should
cream on
have
mine.
known that it was on my hands, not my face. Going. Just so you know, you're gonna have to put
go.
all your muscles in that.
And
That's
so
great.
it's going to dry, and it takes about, I mean, I say let it dry for 24 hours before you do anything
Okay.
else with it. But honestly, it will dry in just a few hours. It's not, I mean, it doesn't take long at all.
Okay.
So, all
Oh,
right.
that is so cute.
And that's it.
That is.
That's
Oh,
all
my
there is to
word.
it.
Such a
And you know
cute
what?
extra touch.
I bet you could put, like if you wanted to do that, like on or ice cream or whatever, you could just put some food coloring in that.
Oh,
And
right.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you were
and make
trying
it-
to make
yes.
faux ice cream cones or something for a project, yeah, you absolutely
that'd
could.
be
cute.
So Terry said, wow, who would have thought of spackling?
I don't know. That's why I say, boss, I want to know how your brain works because I would have been like, oh, here, let me cut that little pom-pom in half.
yeah.
I mean, it would have been boring, right?
I got to tell you, one of the things I did look up online to see what other people were doing with the faux cupcakes. And there were all kinds of recipes for it, like cornstarch mixed in with, you know, a silicone thing. And I was like,
Yeah, who has
I
that?
don't, how about this? And I tried it and it worked. So I'm like,
Good
done.
job.
We may have
Call it
to
done.
invest in some of that at the hot house so that we can quit using toothpaste to fill our holes.
And then if you need to make
highly
this, you're
recommend
already
this.
ready.
There you go. All right, everyone. Well, that's it for theme number 3.
Oh,
I
love this
hope
lady.
you were inspired.
so
Yes,
sweet.
we definitely love ALISSA around here. And thank you so much for coming on with us today.
It was fairly painless.
Oh, you good. You want to do it again tomorrow?
I'm needed over at the
Yeah.
office.
I'm sure everyone would give you the afternoon off.
Sure.
All right. If you want a copy of ALISSA's pumpkin pie recipe and her crust, you can actually find it on our website. So check it out under new releases. This is the classic pastry, one crust from ALISSA. And I'm here to tell you it's good, right? We had a chance to taste test it, and it was a very,
In fact,
very
I
good.
think the whole crew can tell you it's good, except Stephen. And he
He left his piece behind.
he was so busy filming, and he left his piece behind. And I think Juniper ate it.
Oh my
Juniper
goodness.
enjoyed the whipped cream greatly.
And then if you would like a copy of this pattern and the machine embroidery download, you can also find this on our website under new releases. It's regularly $12.99. Today it's on sale for $6.99. But in the club, did you make it
$4.90.
$4.99? Wow, even better. $4.99.
Whoops, sorry, boss. I'm just channeling my inner Todd deals.
$4.99. Go grab it. But in the club, it's free, and you can find it in the club right now. So get started working on it right away. We also have Shapeform right there under new releases too, because it's something that I definitely recommend for this project.
Right.
So, all right, have a wonderful rest of your day. We want to also remind you that if you have not checked out the dessert cookbook, speaking of pies, we have an amazing dessert cookbook that Haley compiled together for all of you with your recipes.
It's amazing.
You can find it on our website. 100% of the proceeds goes to...
Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, hold on. 100% of the proceeds go to the Hurricane Relief Fund, which is the one that we chose. There are so many different charities, but we chose World Kitchen to help back east. So you can find that on our website. Again, you can choose any dollar amount that you would like and be able to download that recipe book. So it's a good one. There's some really
There's some
good recipes
decadent
in
looking
there.
ones
So
in there.
for sure, make sure and check that out. And okay, so
I'm wrong.
The pattern is
$6.99. Yep, I was loading way too many things today, so stay
It's
tuned for
fine.
Wednesday for the $4.99
No,
pattern.
well, you know what? We'll go ahead and put $4.99 on right now. So don't go.
Oh,
don't
so you helped everybody
I
out there, Allison.
know. Dang it.
Don't you leave. Don't download that yet. Let's get it changed to $4.99 for you all. All right. Okay. Thanks, everyone. We're so grateful for you. We appreciate you so very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep doing all the things you love, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.